John, hard fought win, but second win now in a row.
Absolutely hard fought, yeah, very much so. It was in question nearly right up until the last 5 minutes there, the bit of it at a time, really, to be honest with you. You'd have to take real cognizance of the fact that Westmeath played really well today. They worked extremely hard and they put us under a lot of pressure when we were on the ball. And, they were full value for the performance and, maybe could have even had a little bit more.
Last week we probably saw it as well in the opening stages against Antrim, but you really kicked on after, I suppose, that opening quarter. You were maybe waiting for that moment today?
I don't think so, no. Listen, we had a good week this week. We worked really, really hard. I think the rhythm of the game just never evolved. I don't think we saw too many passages of play where the ball was in play for any prolonged period of time. It was all set pieces, it was all restarts, and the game never really got into a rhythm. But having said that, we'd still be disappointed that we weren't able to control the game for longer periods. I was pleased with our first 20 minutes. We were moving the ball well. We were able to control the play. We were dictating terms, but that was against the breeze, and possibly it was maybe that little bit easier, maybe in that regard. But I think overall, I'd have to say that we'd be disappointed with our performance. The levels of intensity that we brought to the play were very low, and our accuracy in terms of what we were doing with the simple things like pickups, with too many drop balls, too many unforced errors, really. And when you have too many unforced errors, you're going to put yourself in the position we found ourselves today.
You were able to make a number of changes again for this game, John. Is getting minutes into the legs, getting back at it, as important as anything else?
Well, it's just trying to get the balance right, I suppose. This weekend we had to leave off the FitzGibbon Cup boys for midweek coming up, and listen, that was the right decision that had to be done. We have a number of players coming back from injury, a number of players trying to get back into full fitness. So there's going to be a rotation on an ongoing basis over the next number of weeks. Again, it's just inevitable with the group of players that we have, and we want to give everybody their fair chance to put their hand up. So yeah, it's where we're at right now, I suppose, really.
You talk about the FitzGibbon Cup, John. I know it's a competition that you're a big fan of. How much stock do you put in to the Limerick lads putting in performances in the FitzGibbon Cup? As you say, not really available for selection today, but I'm sure you're watching those performances.
Well, we're very pleased to see a cohort of our players still involved in the final stages of the competition. It's a great, I suppose, nursery for intercounty senior hurling players to get additional game time at a very high level. The standard is through the roof. All the players are top class intercounty hurlers that are playing the FitzGibbon Cup, and we wish our lads well now in the week ahead.
Just finally from myself, John, I suppose, looking at the game today and the game against Dublin coming up in a couple of weeks, how are you feeling about how you're progressing?
Listen, for the amount of work we've done, I think the curve is definitely upwards. We can see that in training, even though today's performance didn't reflect it. I think it's a timely reminder to the lads, of how hard we actually need to work. I just don't think we worked hard enough today. We didn't mind the ball well enough today, and our accuracy and our execution of our shooting, from place balls, from shots from play, just wasn't good enough. We didn't build enough continuity in our play. So we've a lot of work to do. We'll go back this week now. We'll keep our heads down, and we'll try and get another bit of work done. Next weekend we don't have a competitive game, but we will do a piece of work, and hopefully by the time we come around in 2 weeks' time to the double match, we'll be a better team.
John, the new players such as Darragh Langan, for example, what stock do you put on games compared to training? I know you get to see them at maybe closer quarters in training, but do you simplify the message for games for these guys?
Well, for all these guys, this is a marathon. This is only the start of a marathon, so it's very early doors. We just want to give them a little bit of experience, give them plenty of encouragement. We're not going to be harsh on any mistake they might make, no more than we'll be over exuberant in our praise of anything they might do too well. So it's just getting them on the field, give them a chance to experience what it's like to start, to have the build up to the game, to know they're starting, get into the routine of the team. And hopefully these experiences over the course of a longer period of time will add to their ability to contribute in the future.
And then the likes of Donal Walsh, who maybe showing signs of someone who's a little bit more well versed in that 12, 15 months down the road.
He's 9 miles into the marathon, and he's been through a few water stations at this point. So I think he's done really well over the last number of weeks and months, as a number of our players have, and that's encouraging for us. So we want to keep that curve of improvement, if you like, incremental constant improvement going for him and for a few others, because it's really encouraging to the group to see players coming through like that.
John, a few of your well-known players who picked up long-term injuries during last year's championship, where are they now on the rehab trail?
Well, they're in the country and they're training. They haven't disappeared, but they're working hard. Yeah, some of them were training this morning, some were in the gym this morning. I suppose we're trying to make sure that they're fit and healthy and well, and that we can bring them to the pitch when we feel that they're ready and 100% ready. So they're on a good upper curve as well. We're happy with where they're at. They're making great progress. They're feeling much stronger themselves, but it's just a case of making sure they're 100%.
Declan and Sean, we're not going to necessarily see them very quickly, but they're
training. They're training. Yeah, Sean returned to training last Friday night, which was a huge lift to the group. So to have him back on the pitch is obviously fantastic for him. It's going to take a while now to move him through onto the next phase, but he's back on pitch and back on training.
That was just Friday, 2 days
last
ago.
Last Friday.
Contact training, into contact training,
pitch training.
Oh, right,
pitch training. Yeah.
Right, so that's the first night. Okay, and Declan is not too far away, or is he?
No, Declan's working hard as well. I just picked up a small injury just after returning, so I just set him back a week or two. So again, yeah, he's on track to be back in a number of weeks. Yeah.
It was a tighter pitch today now than Thurles. Did that make a difference? Because we didn't seem to be able to get the passing movements together today.
I'm not so sure what the dimensions of the pitch outside are, but I think it's not so much on the pitches ourselves. I think, John, everything, we had the ball in our possession on a number of occasions and we just didn't mind it well enough. We turned it over. We didn't retain ball that came to hand. Any touch went off the stick was too heavy. Missed pickups, repeated missed pickups in rucks, lost rucks. Our aggression levels weren't where they needed to be today, and you could see that in the foul count. The foul count was on us today, really, because our timing of our tackling, the aggression was misplaced at times. It was too much frontal. It was just late or too early. It was just our timing was poor today on the tackle, and our discipline wasn't where it needed to be, and as a result, we gave away too many frees. And you could see that in the free count.
So, what I was getting today, was kind of a good bit of frustration, and that was spilling over into.
Well, I wouldn't say it's
movement.
frustration. No, I wouldn't say it's frustration. I think we didn't execute our tackling well today. We were a bit impatient. It was a little bit indisciplined in terms of the technicality of it, technical aspects of it. We just didn't wait for the ball to appear. We went in that little bit fast, and as a result, we gave away too many frees.